Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. Okay, it's the weekend, and as I try to promise myself, I only work on things I want to work on the weekend. And I've been working on this project for, oh, I don't know, probably about a year and a half. But there's a story behind it. And the story is, about 5 years ago, this woman calls me up and says, hey, I've got this nutcracker, and I have a guy in the East Coast that makes them for me, but it's a big hassle, and I'd like to get someone close to make them for me. And I said, well, I'm your guy. And she'd already been selling these probably 60 a year, and so we started in making 30 for her. It was a pretty straightforward process. I just took a nutcracker that she already had and copied it, and set up all the files to get it cut out at a local laser cutter. So that went on for about 5 years. Every year I'd make 30 or 40 or 50 of these for her and make some decent money, and she would sell them and then order again. And about a year ago, she ended up moving to Florida. Not my favorite state, but hey, everybody's got their own opinions. And she moved to Florida, and she called me up one day and she says, I'm done with this. I'm not doing it anymore. And I said, well, okay. I can't afford to buy the idea from you, but if I could take it over, and I'll give you a little kickback on every one you sell. She says, that sounds good. So I decided, and you know, the nutcracker that was before, and I'm going to see if I can come up with a, well, I can't come up with the parts. And so anyhow, and I'll see if I can get you a picture of the old one. The old one stands about this tall, and it's just a little bit too big for putting in anything other than a custom box, which cost her money for the box. It cost her money to ship it. I mean, it was like 60 bucks to ship it across the United States. And all along I'm thinking, hey, if we could make this just a little bit smaller, we could ship it in a medium flat rate box. So that's where I took off. Once we kind of made an agreement that that I was going to take over the nutcrackers, then I just decided I'm going to go in and revamp the whole thing. So I revamped it and set it up so that this part fits in a medium flat rate box, and this part is a buildable hopper. And I made it so it's real simple to build. I got all the tools in there. Everything is all set to go. And she was very excited about it when I sent her one. And then we kind of danced around, and it turned out that it didn't work as well. So you know, a bunch of messing around, moving things around until it worked good. And now this one works great. So I revamped all of my measurements and had them put into a file that the laser cutter could read. And this is what a laser cut piece looks like when it comes out. It's pretty heavy. This is the side panel, you can see, and I bend the tabs and everybody's happy. So Now, what I'm getting ready to do, I just ordered 30 panels, all of the components cut out. And now what I have to do is come in and build some jigs, because everything is different. Everything, all of the measurements are different. Everything is different. So I have to build some new jigs to be able to weld this together and make it into a, you know, a buildable, repeatable process, because there's a bunch of welding has to do. Once we take this apart, I'll show you. So, hey, let's just take it apart. Okay, well, this isn't the most pretty one because I had to take it apart and put it back together probably 20 times, and then we ended up, let me take this off and I'll show you. We ended up having to move this from over here a 1/4 inch back to get the thing to function correctly. But now it functions, and everybody's pretty happy. We're going to take off the little shield here, at least one side. Okay, hopper comes off. This whole panel just slides off. And there's the working mechanism. Now, this is not as clean as normal, but it's because I did a lot of welding and messing around. So, we have 30 of these made, 30 of these made, 30 of these made, 30 of pretty much everything made. And I'm seeing this to be just a bit high. Now she had it so that this bolted to the back side, this bolted to the back side, and this bolted to the back side. And when I decided to revamp this, I just said, hey, we don't need all those bolts, so we'll just weld everything in place. And then it will be a whole lot easier, because, you know, you had to go in and drill and thread each of these holes, and there was 4, 8, 12, no, 10. So 10 extra holes that had to be drilled. The welding is easier because it's solid, it's not going anywhere. I'm pretty happy with that. So as you can see, what happens is, as the crank turns, let's see if I can get this to turn. It kind of pushes the nut down further down until the wedge actually cracks the nut without messing up the meat of the nut itself. You can kind of see it in there. So then, well, I can't do it. Oh, maybe we could do it here. Okay, we're back at it. Basically, I'm going to take and put a second piece on the back side, and that'll give us the mirror image of that. But first we got to make sure that we're square. And that looks pretty dang square. Maybe just a little bit. I got to get my cheater glasses.
Or at least sunglasses.
Oh, no. It's just fine. Okay. Now, we're going to try our hand at TIG welding. Jason's the welder in this shop. But, you know, since he's got the welder all set up, I think I might be able to just come in and TIG this, and all the settings are there, and I don't have to screw with that. Maybe. Who knows? Okay, we got to go sharpen the tip here. Yeah. Look at that, my first successful TIG weld. Not bad, not bad. Of course, Jason had it all set up. Looks pretty good. I'm happy. All right, let's go on. Okay, well, we've got this welded in. It's a little warm, but it'll do for the moment. We'll get that in place. We'll get that over where it's supposed to be. And now what we want to do is put two segments right in next to it. Now I'm seeing that this could be just a little bit, it actually might just be perfect. So we need a piece of, let's see, half and half, and what is that, maybe eighth? So 1 inch and 1/8 of an inch. And that'll get this to stand up on its own. Of course, it's standing up on its own. So maybe we just come in with a 1 inch piece. Let me go find. We're going to come in and we're going to make sure our two surfaces are square. Actually, three surfaces are square to this piece here. And that way we know this thing is solid. Oh, we're going to speed this up a little bit. Maybe we can just speed it up. Nah. Let's put it into high gear. Okay, let's flip it upside down. Okay, we got those two squared out. Okay, one more trip to this amazing chop saw. I love this thing. There's 0. We want to cut right there. And, you know, put that in your bandsaw and try to cut it. No way. And I'm thinking this is going to cut it, no sweat. Well, maybe not. Yep, doesn't look like it. This won't reach far enough in. Too bad. Okay, well, that's that for that. Alright, let's just come over here to Old Faithful. Alright, time to square up that edge. Not that it's necessary, but hey, what the hell. I've squared up every other edge, why not? Done deal. Quick and easy. Piece of cake. Okay, we got it in there. We've got one of these little spacers to slide and the other side to slide. Looks like it's pretty good, but I'm feeling like this is just a bit weak. So we want to come in and come around that corner just a little bit. So back on with the welder. right, that looks pretty good. It's not super strong, but it's stronger. And we've got a good start going. So now we come in and do our upper one.